across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Okay, so today we're going to Somalia, Angola, and Zimbabwe. We'll be starting with Somalia, who we're reading from the Hiran Online portal.
Okay.
The headline says EEOC JBS Inc. $5.5 million settlement over firing of Muslim workers.
Okay.
Well, JBS USA LLC, which is a limited liability company, will pay $5.5 million to settle a long-running lawsuit by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC, accusing the meat packing company of firing scores of Somali Muslims who had sought longer prayer breaks during the holy month of Ramadan. JBS and the EEOC and several individual workers who intervened in the case filed a joint proposed consent decree in Colorado Federal Court on Friday, which, if approved, will bring the heavily litigated 2010 lawsuit to an end. Now, JBS has denied wrongdoing. The EEOC staged a walkout after JBS barred them from taking unscheduled breaks to pray during Ramadan in 2008, and others were fired for taking unauthorized breaks, according to court filings. Well, Colorado-based JBS, which is the United States arm of the Brazilian meatpacking giant JBS SA, and its lawyers at Sherman and Howard, did not immediately respond to requests for comment, nor did the EEOC. Now, during Ramadan, Muslims fast during the day and pray more frequently than usual. JBS says it was not required to provide additional breaks to its Muslim employees because doing so would have created undue burdens on its business, including slower production lines, safety issues, and lowering morale among non-Muslim workers. The EEOC maintained that those consents were speculative and that JBS was required to make individualized assessments before disciplining workers. Instead, the agency said JBS treated all of its Somali Muslim employees monolithically, even though a smaller number were accused of antagonizing co-workers or other behavior warranting discipline. I mean, since 2008. Till now, the case has been in court.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I know there would be, a final judgment on the case and everything. I mean, it's just similar to what happened in the UK with, the Louis Farrakhan's people, the Nation of Islam issue, happened in 2007. And they just actually won the case a couple of days back, or a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, maybe we could see similar incidents also happening. But, well, dicey there. But
I don't know, I just find it a bit, one thing I said, look, if you're an employer out there and you're going to employ somebody, take into consideration all facets, all aspects of the person's individuality. If they're a spiritual person, because it's going to affect the work. So if you know this is what the person ascribes to or subscribes to, you know that during this period or during this time, definitely I have to give you slack or give you some time. And half of the time, one thing I just want to ask the employees is, if I am the one doing that, how would I treat myself? It's easier for you to be like, oh, well, I need to take a break here. I need to do this. But when it has to do with the other people, it's like, why are they not doing this? Why are they not? Because you see it as the others and you don't really include.
You don't put yourself in there.
Yes.
Imagine if it was you.
Just imagine. I mean, it similarly has to do what we had in the case happening here in our base, Ghana, where during this Ramadan period, the fasting period, some of the girls that went to a certain secondary school here, it's actually a Christian secondary school.
Yeah.
And apparently
it's a missionary school.
Yes, they were asked to eat. They were supposed to eat. They were not be allowed
from fasting generally.
That's the thing. And my case is, look, you say it's in your code of ethics that everybody must abide by this. In the first place, did you not see the names? Did you not know? Did you not meet these students to know that this was their origin?
That's the thing. The argument. But
so why even
some kind of way?
No, it's not about some kind of way. Once you know that this is what will happen and this is what we ascribe to, don't bring anything that will compel you to more like prohibit or stop somebody from practicing what is theirs.
I think everybody just needs to be given that privilege. But I think the Constitution of Ghana clearly stated, and I still don't know why people are still having their own take on it, but
This is. I mean,
Let's
you knew they were
employees- I mean,
doing
I
this
think-
period. You should have just given them time.
I think people should just empathize. Put yourself in their shoes. If it was you, I doubt sometimes if people really do that.
No, most people
bad,
don't, because
very bad.
if they did, it's okay for them to. I have a headache. I want to rest. But make an employee be like, oh, I'm not feeling well. I want to go home. Questions start popping
Yeah,
up. What's the
why?
proof? Why? It's not just because they want to question you, but because it's going to in the long run affect the production. So
Which
how do I
the person
earn
is only
something?
thinking about their own
That-
profits
yes,
and
that
how
basically is
to
the thing.
double it up.
I mean, we should be more human.
Okay.
Humane.
Great.
Well, we're moving on. Moving on. Okay, we read Angola last. I just found their story interesting. Hafiz and I were having a back and forth on it, but
Okay.
we're moving on to Zimbabwe, where we're reading from the Herald newspaper, and the headline says, "All set for Mbuya Nehanda State statue unveiling."
Okay.
So all is set for the unveiling of the statue of the iconic first Chimurenga heroine, Mbuya Nehanda, in the capital today as the Second Republic continues to pay tribute to the country's heroes and heroines who sacrificed life and limb to liberate Zimbabwe.
Right.
It is befitting that Mbuya Nehanda's statue was unveiled today, May 25th, the day when the African continent, which was subjected to all forms of abuse by erstwhile colonizers, celebrates Africa Day. As a way of immortalizing founding inspirational figures like Mbuya Nehanda, who is famous for declaring that her bones will rise. The Second Republic has been encouraging Zimbabweans, those in the academia, and the youth to get involved in honoring the country's heroes and heroines. Now, this year, Africa Day is going to be commemorated under the theme Arts, Culture, and Heritage, levers for building the Africa we want. A very key thing he actually mentioned that after I went through the story that actually stuck with me was the fact that they're putting up a statue for Mbuya Nehanda and they are named as pagans. No, we will do it even if they criticize us.
Okay.
She was a revolutionary, and there are churches who criticize us for building Mbuya Nehanda's statue, but we never heard them saying we should remove David Livingstone's statue in Victoria Falls. We also erected Joshua Nkomo's statue in Bulawayo because he's our hero. We have many heroes and we should honor the good of our history and our generations to come. Now, this part though, President Mnangagwa said that the statue of the late colonialist Cecil John Rhodes was well preserved, but Zimbabweans were failing to preserve that of King Mzalakazi, the local hero. If you go to the late Cecil John Rhodes' grave, there's a mint road leading to that grave. But we have no road that leads us to where King Mzalakazi is interred. This is what we are correcting as the Second Republic. We will construct this road so that it's clear about who we are. This was said by the president. I don't think we need to add anything more. This is long overdue.
Yep.
Finally, moving on to Angola, we're reading from the Jornal de Angola newspaper, and the headlines that just hit me in the face, and I was like, what?
Okay, tell us about it.
Human Milk Bank with enhanced reserves.
Human Milk Bank.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, that's new. Tell us about the Human Milk Bank.
Now the lead is what just kicks in. So about 60 women assisting the Civil Protection Service and firefighters donated breast milk to the Human Milk Bank of Josina Machel Hospital a few days ago.
So, like human breast milk.
Yeah.
And that is supposed to help babies who've
Yeah.
lost their mothers?
Yeah.
That's a great one. That is a great one.
This was the first time I've seen something. So I'm like,
love
God.
the idea.
Initially, when I saw that, I was like, wait, why are they going to donate breast milk? Like, and Hafiz was raising an argument about if we have a sperm bank, why can't we have a human milk bank? I'm like,
Absolutely.
yeah, so
Kudos to you,
I
Hafiz.
was
Good.
Really?
Good argument. I didn't hear that.
Really?
Where was I? No,
Really?
true. If we have a sperm bank, that could actually fertilize an egg in
you see,
is
the
it
thing
the
is,
uterus of a woman? Yeah, that's where it happens. Well,
the womb.
The womb, rather. That's where they place the
Yeah.
sperm and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. If we can have that, let's also save babies who need milk.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think it's more common to know about sperm banks
The
than
one who
it is to
recommended
find
this
out
idea
about breast milk
Should
bank.
get a raise, I could tell you. the one who recommended this idea should get a raise.
Breast milk
Yes.
bank. So I was like, okay. So I decided to go further in the story, and I realized, okay, the purpose for which it was set up is actually laudable, because now the human milk bank is actually they store the milk that is intended for premature babies
Super.
and that are hospitalized in the maternity ward, and also for mothers who have infectious diseases, and because of that they are prevented from breastfeeding the child because the child could also get it. So then,
Great.
yeah, so
I
then
think-
they feed the babies with these.
I think
I feel-
today,
I think African countries should actually
today,
do this.
today, this is like the
Best.
best news I've heard. I'm serious. I am so serious.
And it's scientifically proven that babies who actually take breast milk live healthier lives.
Yeah.
They develop better and they have greater resistance to infections and allergies.
I think it's not even about, the breast milk. Continuous breast milk for 6 months, which is recommended
that
now.
one, yes, that's what is being said straight
Perfecto.
away. Nothing
We've
in
all
between.
taken breast milk, but
Nothing in
mixed
between.
with water back in the days. Drink water, breast milk here and there. But this new development for me is laudable. And kudos to the Angolan government. This initiative is super.
I think other African countries we don't have this in Ghana. No, we don't.
I think we don't have this in most parts
We
of the
don't have-
world.
we don't have.
Not in most parts of the world. I don't think we have something like this. I
Wow.
think that's great.
It's amazing. Well, that's what we have for it.
Okay. The show was Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio.